Shalom, shalom. Oh man, I am going to try to make this brief again. I guess I should start this off with this is for entertainment purposes only, not investment or financial advice and things like that. But um, it was brought to my attention that when it comes to being able to stock up on certain foods, and making certain provisions for things that are coming around the corner. Um, but making those provisions, in a smart way, and even when it comes to food storage and things like that, doing those um, in a way that saves space and things like that. And so I just wanted to bring attention to a couple things that I do and I've done, and as far as storing, having a store of value in certain things, and then also as far as like monetarily, or using currency, and then also just preparations that I've been doing for the last couple years now, for my family, and my loved ones as well. So I'm gonna start here. If you guys haven't heard of this channel, Mark Fugal News, I've been following him for a lot of years now. He has a lot of affiliates, and you get really good discounts through his channel. Pretty sure everybody that's listening to this is following other channels that have affiliates. You know what I mean? So definitely check what it is they have. You know what I mean, to get those discounts if you haven't been using them. You know what I mean? Because they'll save you money. You know what I mean? And it makes it easier to find something that I mean. If you already trust that channel for information and things like that, then you probably should be able to trust them for as far as getting like discounts and the products that they're using themselves, you know what I mean? So, with this one, I'll start with just EMP Shield real quick. As soon as you go to More Fuga News, they have certain things right there. So, EMP Shield actually just bought me one not too long ago. I installed it the other day on my Jeep. It didn't take me that long. I think the longest part took me was trying to find where to place it inside under the hood. But EMP Shield, I'm not gonna read into all this. You guys, like I said, I'm just showing you guys where to find these kind of things. EMP is electromagnetic pulse. So what EMP Shield does is you attach it to anything that's electronic, and it will save it from the EMP pulse, basically frying the circuitry inside of it. You know what I mean? So you can go through and read all these things. I mean, they have contracts with the government. You know what I mean? Because the threat of EMPs being used as a weapon to shut things down are really high right now. Especially because they said we're in those times right now. We're really close to the WW3, and being able to take out a country just by using certain um, non-invasive tactics, so to speak. 'Cause, I mean, you can set off a nuclear bomb. I think it's like 5,000 miles above the Earth. You know, what I mean, above a certain country in a couple of different places, and not set off an EMP. But what I mean, that high up is not, it's not necessarily a threat to you. You know, if people have been paying attention, China just launched, hypersonic missile that flew around the world super fast, and nobody could even really do anything about it. You know what I mean? And they attach a nuclear warhead and let that thing go off. You know what I mean? Above a couple of these different states, and you're talking about shutting down the grid. You know what I mean? Without it even hitting the ground. You know what I mean? So, not even close to hitting the ground. I mean, thousands of miles up. You know what I mean, in the sky, but frying all your circuitries inside your car, your house, your whatever. You know, your phones, all those things. So if you don't know what an EMP is, I definitely suggest to look it up. But it also protects you from CMEs, which is like solar electronic pulse, I believe is what it is, from the sun. So if the sun has like a coronal mass ejection, which is like those big solar flares or whatever, those things can can fry the circuitry inside your phones and anything that has electronics and stuff in it. So EMP Shield actually takes care of that once you put it in. So like I said, you click on shop. It says home protections. You can put it in your home. It won't fry the circuitry. Anything that's plugged into your house at that time, if you have the EMP hooked up, those things will fry. Your vehicle. That means, one thing I'll say, if you do decide to try to get one for your vehicle, I'll say, if you get one for your vehicle and this thing goes down and your vehicle is still working, you might want to try to make sure you have protection, as far as ammunition and other things to protect yourself. Because if you're one of the very, very few people riding around in the car when everybody else is shut down, you're going to have a huge target on your back. So radio protection, 3-phase protection is, as far as 3-phase is just saying like multiple times or from different areas, like I said, from the sun, whether it's from the sun, EMP, or just even a hack or something, something like that. That's frying circuitries and stuff like that. These things will last. If they hit us with multiple EMPs, over 100 times in a row, your car will still work, right? So generators, solar protection, RVs, motorcycles, boats, if that's your little escape plan or whatever it is. But you can plug these things in to all that. And when you go here, it gives you I think it's like $60 to $70 off of buying these things. And I think he gave you more when you do it. It's a bundle. It doesn't just do it on one particular thing. So if you decide to buy 2 of these devices, you're getting like $140 off or whatever. So that's one thing that you can use. Right here where it says support the show, I haven't bought one of these. I'm not gonna go too much into it. Military strength signal blocking for everyday electronic devices. So this is basically you can see these bags right here. These bags, you basically put devices in them. It cuts off the signal. They're basically like Faraday cages. If you don't know what a Faraday cage is, a Faraday cage is similar to what EMP Shield does, but is a bag that blocks those frequencies that will fry the circuitry inside your electronics. So obviously, instead of having a literal EMP shield attached to your phone or a tablet or a computer or stuff like that, you will put those particular things inside of a EDIC bag and stuff like that, and they'll protect it from those waves that will fry the circuitry inside your electronics. So that's what that is. Right. Oh man, I messed up. Let's go back to that. NordVPN. I actually use this. So VPN is basically like your virtual. It's basically like a virtual address. So having a VPN will, if I'm using my VPN right now, it'll show that, instead of me being where I'm at, it'll show me like in New York, or I can even put myself in another country and stuff like that. So it protects you from identity theft and things like that. People being able to grab your information a lot easier. And then also, if you're doing some of the research and stuff that I be doing, if you're trying to protect yourself, I feel like you still have access to whatever I'm doing. I'm not really afraid of them when it comes to that. But as far as people that trying to grab information off your computer or your phone and things like that, these kind of things help you out because they're not able to track you down, so to speak. So that's another thing. You get a pretty good discount, and it looks like they're doing a Black Friday discount, obviously like every other company right now. So dang, I keep clicking out of this thing. So the next thing you do, obviously you can donate to the page, but you can also go to PayPal. Not PayPal, PayPal. You can go to Amazon through their affiliate link. This helps the channel out if you actually go through their link to go buy stuff. But I'm just gonna pull up survival food. You can go on Amazon and do this. You can also go to actual companies' websites and get their food. I have a couple of different kinds. Because like I said, I've been doing this for a couple of years. Most of these have a 20 to 25, sometimes 30 years shelf life. As far as Motherfucker News, they use Patriot Supply or My Patriot Supply, so you can get on here. I'm not sure if this is, but yeah, you save $100 off of each 3 month emergency supply kit. Um, so you're looking at $800 for 3 months worth of food, right? And I haven't tried this one, but according to him, it tastes really good. You know what I mean? Aside from the shelf life and things like that, 4 weeks. You know what I mean? For a month is $300 basically. And then they have a couple other things as far as water filters and air filters and things like that. But I was just showing you, as far as what you get using their affiliate directly to that website. As far as like food taste goes, you know what I mean? If things really hit I won't say if, but when they really hit the fan and you have food storage, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be worried about too much as far as like how much it tastes. I mean, you're just gonna be happy that you have food to be able to feed yourself and your family. You know what I mean? So not to mention, if you're in the truth and you're, doing more fasting and praying, you know what I mean, especially during that time, I definitely suggest that you be doing that. You know what I mean? These 3 month supply, you know what I mean, might push you out to maybe 4 months for us. You know what I mean? Those that are gonna be doing fasting and praying, you know what I mean, trying to be in the spirit as much as possible during that time, right? So going back to Amazon, these are a little bit cheaper options. Like I said, this is something that I have right here as one of their best sellers through ReadyWise. I don't know what that food tastes like, but I know it's food. 30 days, you get 2 buckets, 1,800 calories per day, 50 grams of protein per day. That's $170, and it don't take that long to get right now. August Farms is the one that I had bought previously. I have a couple of those. I actually tried some of their food, which was actually pretty good. And but right now, with everything going on, it's taking a little bit longer to get some things from these companies because there's shortages. Not from just the food supply side, but from high demand also because people are preparing themselves. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to try if this is the route you want to go. 100 is $70 for a month worth of food. You know what I mean? And you think about depending on the household you have, you know what I mean, each person gets a 30-day supply. If things happen abruptly and you have something like this for each person in your house, you have 30 days to wait out and not have to worry about going out when there's chaos and things like that going on in the world. You know what I mean? So it definitely gives you a peace of mind to where you don't have to act abruptly or you know what I mean on feelings and emotions and stuff like that. You can actually take a step back and assess you know what I mean what's going on, so you don't make any rash decisions. You know what I mean? So that's something right there. One thing I would say though, you know what I mean, all these anything that has to do with survival food and stuff like that, you will definitely want to buy or have man. Some filters. You mean? Me personally, I have a couple of these Sawyers because they work really good. They filter the mini. I'm not sure how much the mini does, but the regular Sawyers filter up to I think it's 100,000 gallons of water. Um, like I said, they have the Sawyer minis, but you can buy the regular ones. I think they're about $35 at Walmart. So if you don't want to buy them on here, you want to buy them at Walmart, cash to hide the trace. But you got life straws also. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? You want to find something that can filter out a decent amount of impurities, you know what I mean, in your water. And then obviously you could boil it after you already do the filter, you know what I mean, or vice versa, you know what I mean, just to make sure that everything is clean when you want to feed your family with it. Even though we're going to be in these times, you know what I mean, right now people are still working on building their faith, the trust of the Most High, to where, you know, you're not really worried about those particular things, you know what I mean, but water filtration, you know what I mean, is definitely important because water is more important than food, you know what I mean, so um, but yeah, go through. Like I said, I have a couple life straws. The Sawyer minis are the regular Sawyer. I think I have one Sawyer mini, in my like little go bag or whatever. But they're good to have for filtration. You can always get like water filter tablets. You can drop like tablets and stuff in there, but they save a little bit more space because they're in little tiny bottles and stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not compared to these, you know what I mean, it's all hearsay, you know what I mean, so just you can get a little bit of both, you know, if you have the means to do so. I'm just pointing out certain things that I've done, you know, and I've accumulated over time, you know what I mean. So one thing also, well, I ain't gonna show you on here, but you know, Dollar Tree shopping, 99-cent store shopping, you know what I mean, buying big bags of rice and beans and stuff like that goes a long way also, you know what I mean. 50-pound bag of rice, I think is like, it's like 70,000 calories. You know what I mean? It's way up there. You know what I mean? And you know when you're not trying to go to the FEMA camp to get your food, you know what I mean? And they tell you gotta take the juice to be able to get your food from them and stuff like that. You know, having your own source of food and, you know what I mean, separating yourself from the system is a good look, you know what I mean, in these times right now. So with that, I'm gonna stop right there. I think we had 16 minutes. I'm not gonna go too far into when it comes to like uh survival as far as when it comes to silver and gold and things like that. I was just highly suggest going to, I buy most of my gold and silver over time through SD Bullion. And then I used JM Bullion. So there's a couple of different ones. You can look them up, and there's some companies that, you know, that have YouTube channels. So you can listen to what they have to say when it comes to it, and just check out the prices. And usually don't really change between sites too much as far as the overprice that you're paying on spot. You know what I mean? But gold and silver, you know what I mean, some other precious metals are always a good store of value. When it comes to cryptocurrency, again, I'll put this link in the description. This brother right here helped me out. I enrolled into, I don't want to say enrolled, but yeah, I did pay for this particular class. But he also has a free course that you could take and learn a lot about crypto. You know what I mean? The main thing that I would say when it comes to cryptocurrency and investing and stuff like that is really just do your research, find out what's going on in the markets. But I would say first, learn what certain things, like, you know, terminology and stuff like that even means. But for most people, I would start with maybe like Coinbase, because you can use it as, it's, you know, an app on your phone. It's super easy. First of all, I don't know if this will allow me to sign. Oh yeah, I have all kind of securities and stuff on here right now. So anyway, logging in, buying crypto. I mean, it's all step by step. Most of us that are watching these videos are probably gonna be being, you know, be able to figure it out on their own. If not, you have someone in your life, Most High willing, that can help you out. If not, you can hit me up, you know, and I can help you walk through. But as far as like buying cryptos and stuff like now, there's so many different things in the realm. I mean, you can really just, you know, throw your money at the wall of cryptocurrencies, and you're probably gonna make a profit. To be honest with you right now, because we're in, you know, we're coming up on one of the biggest wealth transfers, if not the biggest wealth transfers of all time, and we know that we're moving into a digital currency. You know what I mean? As far as like what the ultimate one world currency is going to be, nobody really knows. But I would say do your due diligence when it comes to cryptocurrency. And if you're still trying to learn about finance, I think let me see. Yeah, this guy right here. I watched one of his series.
What is a wealth cycle? And there's only so many different asset classes, and I've picked the three major ones.
Goodness, calm down, man. Videos, playlist. So Gold Silver with Mike Maloney. On YouTube. And bro, playlist go. I don't know why I can't find it on here. That is weird. It's almost like they took it off. I probably should have looked first before I try to tell you guys to go back and watch it, but maybe here it is right here. Kind of a little bit older, but
right now the world economy stands at an alarming precipice. But would it surprise you to learn that the events of today are nothing new?
You actually had a playlist for it. So I'm not sure why it's not pulling in. Why it's not pulling up like I thought it would. But anyway, if you type in, I guess, Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money, watch this series. Really good series to help you understand how money works. Not just from like now, but like literally from the old time, like, going way, way back, and how fiat currency and things like that, works, because it's going to be hard for you to really understand how new currency and things like that actually make sense if you don't understand the old, and so on and so forth, so that's what they call Bitcoin. Like, it's digital gold, it's a store of value the same way gold is a store of value. You can, if you could accumulate enough Bitcoin and stuff like that, you could take loans out on it. No different than what you do for your house, or land, so like I said, Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money. And then as far as when it comes to just other, you could literally just go and just watch certain videos, just be mindful, because everybody, I can give you guys videos that I listen to, but Dante Walker Crypto, like I said, that one was one of the ones that helped me out, help break things down, and then from there you can do your own research and start to follow people that you can tolerate, so to speak, when it comes to listening to them on a regular basis to get your not financial entertainment advice, so to speak. So with that, like I said, if you guys have any questions, the main thing I would say when it comes to crypto is don't be scared. I mean, a lot of people get scared because you gotta put in your information, and you gotta do a lot of security stuff. They want your bank card information, but you gotta remember, like, how am I gonna buy cryptocurrency, digital cryptocurrency, without giving my digital bank information and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's all secure. Like I said, I use crypto. I use Coinbase. Crypto.com is another one that I use. Did I type that in wrong? Sure did. So, Crypto.com. Oh, look at this guy. Crypto.com is another one that I use. And then there's a couple other ones that I use. Like I said, I've been doing it for a little. Really hasn't even been a whole year, but I've made a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? And you know, don't trade, but you know, or don't invest what you can't afford to lose. You know what I mean? Things like that. You'll learn those even just in our free class. You know, ROI. You know, just investing over time, not trying to do like big lump sums. You know what I mean? You know, because you see a coin going up and you throw a bunch of money at it at one time. They call it FUD. You know, fear of missing out, and you throw a bunch of money in at one time trying to catch the wave, and then the wave ends, or you just put all your money in it, and then you're sitting there, you know, losing, you know, money, and you're scared. I mean, one thing I'll say definitely is you don't lose any money in crypto until you sell it at a loss. You know what I mean? So if you buy it when it's kind of going up, and or after you buy it, it starts going back down, it means you just gotta wait on it. You know what I mean? That's why you also don't trade anything that you're not, you know, willing to lose. You know what I mean? So with that, I'm in this. You know, just be mindful of things. Like I said, a lot of these people, you can get a really, really good information online for free, first and foremost. You know what I mean? And then invest in, you know, regular stable coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, you know what I mean, other things. Everything has a use case. I'll tell you right now, some of them don't have actual use cases, you know what I mean? And people made a decent amount of money off of things like Doge and some other coins, but like I've made a lot of money off of, you know, Shiba Inu right now, and I'm definitely holding out even longer to try to make even more money off of it. But there's actual use cases, you know what I mean? You know, don't come to me asking them about NFTs and stuff like that, because I'm not really sure about it. I know all that stuff is going to wrap into the metaverse that is being made right now. NFTs are basically like digital authentication papers, so to speak. So you're owning the original of something. You know what I mean? Whether it's a song or a painting or a picture or even deeds to your land and stuff like that, you can get as an NFT and have digital land, you know. And then same thing even like with pink slips and stuff like this. It's a crazy digital world that they're talking about. I'm not getting into all that when it comes to those things, because I'm just trying to invest and I'm trying to separate from the world, not dig into another one that they're creating. So I'll invest in the crypto side. I mean, when it comes to the coins and things like that. For me, I don't believe we have that much longer here in the system before we can even partake in those kind of things. So hopefully this video, you know, edified you guys. Like I said, if you have any questions on where to buy certain things or how much to buy, you know what I mean, just take your time. If you haven't been stocking up already, the main thing is making sure you have enough to where you're not relying on you know, the government and certain things like that, to make you, because they're gonna put a lot of fear in people in these times to make them feel like, you know, the only way they're gonna be able to take care of their families and stuff like that is, you know, taking the juice and, you know, getting food from them and stuff like that, because they haven't been doing things that, you know, they haven't been separating themselves from the system for so, you know, and so long. So with that, like I said, hopefully this video bless y'all. Again, I'll put my email in the description, and then some of these links in the description also. And I'll see y'all in the next one.